charging him for scuffing the paint on the curbs. And so here we go. The rolling lap for Cadet Honda. "25 drivers, and of course this class is known for being the brilliant proving ground. The skills that drivers use in Cadet Honda with the style of the engine, the characteristics of the karts and the power, the way the power is delivered, you have to be smooth, you have to be precise, you have to be able to be consistent, especially through the corners, and then you transfer those skills into faster, more powerful karts as you progress through the rankings. And the racing is always spectacular because the slipstreaming effect, especially here at TF International, is tremendous. The long straights, longest straight, fastest section in British kart racing, from the end of the Mike Wilson complex all the way down to the banking at turn 2. These drivers, aged between, well, the youngest are about 8, although I think we probably haven't got any 8-year-olds. We maybe have a couple of 8-year-olds. But mainly it's 9, 10, 11, 12 years old maximum. And the grid as follows. Koskan Irfan, one of 16 drivers doing 2 classes, trying to emulate Ben Barnicoat's achievement from 2 years ago of winning 2 GP plates in a day. Irfan will start from pole in kart number 12 for the Virtus Motorsport team. Then Theo McCurris, a privateer driver, the black and gold, number 76 on the 74 rather, on the outside of row number 1. Oliver Behrman, the number 2, last year's runner-up in this race, will start in 3rd. Archie Brown is 4th. Then Lucas Ellingham, the O-Plate winner, the British Open champion, Alfie Rigby, Harvey Charter, Sonny Smith, the top 10 rounded up by Oliver Greenall and Aston Miller. 25 drivers sit. The signal will be given. When the signal is given from the back of the grid that the grid is clear, the lights will go out and we will be off and racing now. And it's a great start from Theo McCurris on the outside of row number 1. Can he get across, or will Irfan just about hold on? Oh, wheel to wheel, and Irfan took the line. McCurris had to back out, and that has given Irfan about a 5-6 kart length advantage. We go through turn 2, on to the Litchfield Bridge. And will they all emerge through turn 4, pointing the right way? Yes, they do. Down towards hairpin number 1. Now, Irfan has got a great jump on the rest of the field, but we will see. Oh, and there's somebody at the back of the field goes for a little spin. Irfan has got a 10 kart length lead, and still karts bouncing all over the place. There's McCurris, has dropped back to about 5th position. It's Oliver Behrman now in 2nd, and then it looks like the next gen motorsport number 7 of Archie Brown, who is getting a warning flag for his troubles, but he's up into 3rd place behind Brown, the first of the global karting entries. Mike Spence's global karting team being very strong. So he's not, it's Theo McCurris is 4th. Then it's the first of global karting machines, Harvey Charter in kart number 29. And the global karting squad have been very strong. They haven't won a race yet though. There's Ellingham, the British Open champion, the O-Plate winner. And Behrman, he's wearing number 2 on his kart. The driver in 2nd place, the second of those luminous green and white liveried machines. Not because he finished 2nd in this event last year, it's because he finished 2nd in the British Cadet Honda Championship last year. So drivers running 1 to 10, that is their national ranking from last year. The O-Plate, the 0, that is the British Open champion. The only other plates that you may see, you'll see the E-Plate, that's Luke Watts in Cadet Miami, that's the English champion. The S-Plate isn't here, neither is the IRL plate, the All Ireland, the Scottish champion, the Welsh champion, they're not here. The only other plate that is awarded in British karting is the GP plate. But 9 drivers will win this afternoon. Irfan, you can see he did have a 10 kart length lead, and he hasn't done anything wrong, but Behrman and Brown have worked together, and that gap is down to nothing. So we have a 50 mile per hour, 4-stroke Honda powered high-speed freight train at the front, as the drivers push each other along to try and break away from the main pack. So Brown in third will follow Behrman to the inside of Irfan. Irfan won't defend. He doesn't want to cost everybody time. He slots back into third. Mikuris is fourth. Then it's Sonny Smith in fifth. The driver with the orange and light blue crash helmet, that famous Gulf livery crash. Oh, and there's a little bit of a mix-up going on at the short shoot there as Mikuris and that is Harvey Charter and Koskan Irfan locking wheels. They all lose a bit of ground, and Aston Miller in the number 70 kart, there he is with the Gulf liveried crash helmet. He now moves into fourth place behind Sonny Smith. Just looking at the Aston Miller's down as a privateer, but his graphics kit tells a different story. Next gen motorsport graphics kit on that number 70 kart. So Behrman leads. For how long, we don't know. Archie Brown is having a little nibble at the inside going on to the Litchfield Bridge. There is Ellingham, followed by Irfan. And they run in about 7th place. So we've got a breakaway now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 drivers have got the break. They are Behrman in the 2, Brown in the 7, Sonny Smith in the 95. Make that Brown now leading the way, and his 2 next-gen teammates go choo-choo, here we come. The next-gen train is now at the head of the pack. So we've got 3 next-gen drivers. Then we've got the 2 Virtus Motorsport drivers in that lead pack as well, Irfan and Behrman. Also in the league group, we have from Global Karting, the 29 of Harvey Charter, the O-plate of Ellingham. And then the 2 drivers in that league group with no friends is Alfie Rigby in the number 38 BRK entry, and the independent privateer driver Theo Mikuris in the number 74. There they are, team formation. So, well, Joshua McLean cuts a new fast lap in the number 76 kart, and McLean is down in, well, he started on the 8th row. He has moved himself up into 11th place, make that 10th place. So the front 9, there goes Behrman back into 3rd place. So the 3 next-gen motorsport cars have now been split. Mikuris is 5th, followed by Charter, Ellingham, Irfan and Rigby in the green and white BRK team entry at the back of that pack. They did have a 1.7 seconds advantage over Joshua McLean and Justin Brouard, who are 10th and 11th. That gap has shriveled to just 7/10 of a second. You see that the O-plate kart at Ellingham needs to do a little bit of work as they come through the Bruno Ferrari S's, because McLean, Brouard, then Oliver Gray and Oliver Greenall, the 63 and the 64, there they go flashing to the screen onto the bridge. They're all now trying to work together to make it a 13 kart train, with Daniel Ginchard right behind them in 14th. 15th is Neo Phipps, then it's Kyle Casabante, Tristan Rennie, Zach Walters, Ryan Willis, Ethan Simmons, Sandro Ballesteros up in the 21st, Arvid Lindblad, the Ollie Roller Motorsport driver. Well, Arvid, he started back in 16th place and is obviously, without of my viewers, had a problem, and one of the double duty drivers is down in 22nd. Luke Weston, Marco Luzio and Declan Russell round out the field. So Brown leads, Behrman 2nd, Smith 3rd. And Lucas Ellingham has had a problem. So Ellingham and Harvey Charters, oh, well, yesterday I saw Mike Spencer, and he was a bit concerned that the global karting teammates, they were trying to work together, and then they got a little bit too close a couple of times, and didn't quite work out for them, and I think the same thing has happened again. There's the number 76 of McLean, and we've suddenly got a lead group of 6. So from that lead pack, we've lost Ellingham, Charter, and Rigby. Down to 6. 3 next-gen drivers, Brown, Smith and Miller. The two Virtus drivers, Behrman and Irfan, and that independent, the privateer, the lad, and they're called lad and dad teams because it's just family, mum and dad, or maybe anyone, mum and dad, mum and cousin, mum and uncle, dad and auntie, it doesn't matter. It's family, they got a van, a little awning at the side, a go-kart, and then normally a little mini barbecue. That's how they go racing. Not in a team, they do it not because they want to be the next Formula 1 World Champion, they do it because they love the sport. And in an era where the professionalism of our sport is just getting more and more intense and more competitive, technological advances that do come with costs are bringing. Oh, there's number 31, Justin Brouard, and just getting a little bit of airtime there for the Virtus Motorsport team. And by the looks of his hand gesture there, he may have had a bit of assistance in that spectacular but ultimately costly manoeuvre. Brouard has rejoined and is down in about 20th place now. But Mikuris, the privateer. Behrman, the leader. Smith, Brown, then Irfan and Miller. So the drivers doing two classes. If any of these drivers win this race, they go into the Cadet race a little bit later with a chance of doing the double. They don't have to win this race, but they win the Grand Prix. So we've got Brown, Irfan, Lindblad, Bray, Miller and McLean all trying to do double duty. That's 6 drivers, and 3 of them are in the lead group as Theo Mikuris takes the lead. 2.5 minutes to go. Oh, Behrman getting squeezed off the bridge, up the grass banking goes one of the next. That's Miller going up the grass banking, and that has cost Behrman, Miller and Sonny Smith time. Theo Mikuris, privateer driver in number 74, leads, but for how long? The answer, not long, as Brown and Irfan move past at the second hairpin. You can see that Smith in the 95 being pushed along now by Miller with Behrman in 6th. They'll try and work together to get back up to those leaders. Behind the top 6, Oliver Greenall is 7th, Oliver Gray is 8th, Daniel Ginchard is 9th. They are working together with Josh McLean in 10th, Lucas Ellingham 11th, Alfie Rigby 12th, also in that second chasing group. Then a gap to 13th place, Harvey Charter, Neo Phipps, Zach Walters, Tristan Rennie and Kyle Casabante. We've still got all 25 drivers running, and the leader is number 7, 7th in last year's British Championship from Woollavington. And David Bellchambers' next gen team. Bellchambers, he's about 7 team bosses here in the paddock that are former champions, so you can tell his drivers how you win a GP plate because he has won 2. And Koskan Irfan running a little bit wide there at the first hairpin, costs himself the race lead. Mikuris and Brown moving to the top 2 spots. Just looking to see, and there's Sonny Smith running a little bit wide, going out of the second hairpin. Looking back at the former list of winners in this class, and just trying to think of a privateer driver that has won a Grand Prix in Cadet Honda. This is the 7th year that the Cadet Hondas have competed for the GP plate. I'm not sure if we've ever had a privateer winner. We'll go through the list of champions of each class later on. But it's Mikuris, Brown, top 2. The clock strikes 0. This race is only to decide who starts where in the Grand Prix. A mistake, if you win this race, doesn't mean that you've won the Grand Prix. If you do badly in this race, it means that you probably can't win the Grand Prix. Brown to the inside of Mikuris for the lead at the second hairpin. And Irfan in 3rd, Behrman in 4th. So Behrman, Miller and Smith have finally, just as the clock strikes 0, the hard work has paid off and they've caught the 3 leaders. Then there's a 3-second gap back to Oliver Greenall, another privateer driver who has shown race-winning pace and was any one of the top dozen or so drivers can realistically win this race based on the performances so far this week. Last lap board goes out. Brown, McCurris and Irfan, the top three. Under the bridge, onto the banking. This is where the defence starts. Oh, McCurris going wide. Brown on the inside, McCurris on the outside. Who's got the momentum? Brown squeezing Theo McCurris. McCurris has to tuck back in and not run wide coming off turn 4. He doesn't. So still Brown who leads, hugs the inside line, looking over his shoulder to see where the attacks are going to come from. He'll swing out a little bit wide. McCurris is going to try and go around the outside, but he can't get too far offline because Behrman and Miller and Irfan and Smith are there. Into the second hairpin. And Brown is once again checking. He's not weaving, he's not defending too deeply. That's sensible from Archie Brown, because if he defended too deeply going into the Fullerton S's, he'd be vulnerable here, and he's not, because McCurris cannot find a way round. And now into the Mike Wilson complex. The long right, then the double flick left into the final chicane is not a place to pass realistically, although Behrman proves me completely wrong by passing McCurris for second, and it is Archie Brown who takes the win in the Cadet Honda pre-final. Oliver Behrman finishes second, and Aston Miller came through to finish third ahead of Sonny Smith. Then it is Koskan Irfan, and so Theo McCurris in the second, going well halfway round the last complex. He was second and he crossed the line in sixth. The top six separated by less than 1 second. Seventh was Lucas Ellinger. Eighth, Alfie Rigby. Ninth for Daniel Ginchard. Then Oliver Greenall in 10th. Oliver Gray 11th. Josh McLean 12th. Neil Phipps 13th. Zach Walters 14th. Harvey Charter is 15th. With Tristan Rennie 16th. Carl Casabante 17th. Arvid Lindblad in 18th. Then Ethan Simmons 19th. And Ryan Willis rounding out the top 20. Justin Brouard 21st. Marcus Luzio 22nd. Sandro Ballesteros 23rd. Luke Weston 24th. And Declan Russell 25th. 25 drivers started. 25 drivers made it to the end.